Hey there guys, this is Shane, or Altgrunt, as some of you probably, well most of you probably know me by. What a terrible way to start a video. Anyway, I'm doing a video here to talk about this year with my channel, and why videos might just slow down altogether. They've already slowed down for the start of this year, and they slowed down towards the end of last year as well. But I'm going to go over that a little bit. I'm not going to go too much into detail about that because I'm going to leave that to a later date to talk about it more in full. So, this video is just going to be about what to expect from this year on my channel, and some of the things I might have planned for the channel, for series or videos or whatever. So I hope there'll be some stuff in my plans that you are looking forward to, and hopefully we'll be able to get on those soon enough. So, before I get into anything I want to talk about for the channel, I've been pretty busy recently, which is why videos have slowed down. They slowed down towards the end of the year again, like December time, because my fiancée was visiting, and I spent time with her. And at the start of this year as well, I was doing a bit more work stuff, and I'm doing some other stuff which I'm not going to talk about yet, but some of you probably can connect the dots. But originally I was going to be moving, if you remember. I mentioned this last year that I would probably be moving around September, October time, and that's not happened yet. That's been moved to around March or April for various reasons, and I'll talk about that more in a future video at some point. But right now I don't want to talk about it. Some of you know, most of you don't, and if you do know, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about right now. So don't mention it in the comments, because I'll be talking about that when the time comes and I'm ready to talk about it in full. Nothing bad, but yeah. So with that out of the way, I'll go into my plans for the channel this year, and hopefully there'll be some stuff here you're looking forward to. So my plans for this year are to improve my editing and quality of my videos. That's means various things, you know, just how I edit the videos, the quality of the videos once they're uploaded. I'm hoping to make that higher, and doing some different stuff with my editing. Some of you might have already seen some of this, little bits here and there, with how I'm changing my editing if you've been watching me for a while. And some of you might not have noticed at all yet, especially if you're new. But I've been messing around with After Effects, and I'm hoping to improve like how the videos are presented and look over time. It will be a gradual thing. It's not going to be something that happens all at once, but I've been putting a bit of that here and there into my videos. I'm also planning to move from Sony Vegas into Adobe Premiere once all my current series that are running have all moved on. I'm trying to finish up my series that are all in Sony Vegas so I can start my new workflow in Adobe Premiere, because that will probably be my main editing software once I've gotten through some of my current series. As for the series and games I'm doing at the moment, the current ones that are still going, there is Fallout New Vegas. I'm probably just going to keep playing Fallout New Vegas until I get to a point where I no longer feel like there's a whole lot more for me to be doing in the series, for a blind playthrough at least. Now, there is the opportunity for me to come back to this game after I finish the game, visit some of the quests and DLC I've not done, but I don't know when I'll do that. It might just be one of those things where I just come back to it every now and then, do a couple episodes, and then visit again later. As for now, Fallout New Vegas is just going to continue as planned. I'm currently doing Old World Blues, and I don't know how long it's going to take me, but at the moment I'm enjoying that. So we'll see where that takes us for the game. And then the other series I've got currently running at the moment is the Long Dark Whiteout Challenge, which is a little mini-series I'm doing while I attempt to do one of the challenges in the Long Dark. So if you've seen me play Long Dark before, this is just a challenge where I've got to gather up a certain amount of supplies before a certain time, and I've got to go around a lot of the map gathering all my supplies so I can hoard it all for that moment. I've got like a 30-day time limit. So that series will keep going until I win or lose at a game. The only other thing I can think of that's continuing off from last year is I've got a video planned for Stalk Shadow Chernobyl that I didn't do yet. I was going to do one more video for it, because there was one or two things I wanted to wrap up that I didn't do in the main game during my playthrough, and I just wanted to explore what happens when I do certain things. So there will be an extra video for Shadow Chernobyl. I don't know when that'll come, but hopefully I'll get that done either this week or next week, depending on how busy I'm taking care of things that I need to be doing with my personal life. So on to things that I'm planning to do this year. Speaking of Stalker, I'm planning to do a blind playthrough again with the next Stalker game, which is Clear Sky. I'm currently looking up some mods for me to potentially use to make the vanilla experience just a little bit better, because apparently this game's very buggy compared to like Shadow Chernobyl or Call of Pripyat. So I want to make sure it's as vanilla as possible, but also in the best working order it can be as possible. I don't think I'm going to be going for any mods that affects gameplay or graphics, but we'll soon see how it goes. But we'll have a look through some mods, and I'll talk about some of them I found once I have nailed down a date to start Clear Sky. I do want to start Clear Sky maybe towards the end of February, start of March. But this is also barring whatever's going on in my life at that moment. So it may be more towards late March, maybe. I'm not sure. But expect it in the next 2 months at least. And continuing with Stalker, once I've finished Clear Sky, which I'm hoping to do 1 or 2 episodes a week for, I'm going to move on to Call of Pripyat towards the end of the year. Maybe October-ish time. It depends really how fast I beat Clear Sky and how much of a gap I want to leave between both games. So expect to see Call of Pripyat this year as well, hopefully started. Next, there is an XCOM 2 series that I wanted to do, using the War of the Chosen expansion. So originally I wanted to start this in October last year, but unfortunately I did start it and the footage got corrupted. And I lost something like 4 or 5 hours of footage. I streamed a bunch of it and then I recorded a bit more, and I lost all the footage completely. It was absolutely terrible, it got corrupted. So basically what the plan is for this now is we're going to be doing this series maybe in March time, March or April. And what I want to do with that is we're going to be playing it on the Legend difficulty, which is the highest difficulty on the game. And we're going to be using some of the mods that I want to use. There's a couple of like little gameplay tweaks and enemy mods and stuff that I'm looking at to potentially spice up the game a little bit more. War of the Chosen already does a fantastic job of doing that, but having 1 or 2 extra things in there would be great as well, I think. And of course this series will follow tradition of my other series for XCOM, where you guys make soldiers or characters and we have those in our squad and we unleash them out onto the world of XCOM. See how they do. Because that's always very fun. I've enjoyed doing that for all the series I've done so far for the game. So expect to see that March time, I think. It could end up in February, but it's more likely to be March. Another series I want to start, I want to do like a little mini-series here with this, which I'll just upload occasionally. I want to start a City Skylines series where I make a themed sort of city build. I've not decided exactly how I want to do it yet, but I'm going to have a custom map made for myself. And we're going to use that map to build our city on. Now, I don't know when I'm going to start this, but I've been enjoying City Skylines a little bit here and there in recent times, so I've kind of want to do like a little bit of a mini-series on it, like a build series on it. It shouldn't be a very long one, I don't think, but I think it'd be fun to do. Again, I'm not sure when I'll start that, but I think this is one of those where I will start it sooner rather than later. You'll probably see this maybe end of the month, start of next month, because it'll be a nice easy series for me to do, a nice relaxing series, and I think it should be a pretty good one. Something different for the channel, you know. I've got a few videos for Battlefield 1 planned. I have a video which compiles pretty much all my clips from last year that I took. I'm taking like a lot of the best moments and some of the cool moments from my Shadowplay clips I took from Battlefield 1 last year, since I played Battlefield 1 a lot last year. So you'll see that pretty soon, I think. And I'm hoping to make a pretty cool video with like the editing and stuff. You'll see what I mean once it comes out, hopefully. And there's also a video I've got planned for Battlefield 1, which I'll probably cover a little bit later, but we will be doing that at some point. just depends when I got time. It's going to require some cinematic work and recording some stuff, so that'll take me a while to do. But I've just been really enjoying Battlefield lately. I've been playing quite a few of the Battlefield games lately, so I'm looking forward to doing a bit more content on that. This year as well, I'm planning to be getting back into DayZ, because I know this is a running joke, but the DayZ beta is coming out this year. It's supposed to be coming out in the first sort of couple of months of this year, and when that beta hits, I'm going to be playing that to death, because I absolutely love DayZ, and I can't wait to play that beta. So I'll probably be playing that a lot with some of my friends from the Casual Shenanigans group, so expect some content on that. And then finally, Arma 3. I mentioned Arma 3 quite a lot in these update videos, and that's because our group plays it pretty much once every week, just about every single week of the year, except for holidays. I occasionally make missions for our group, and I've sort of gone from making regular missions to making some of these weird PvP missions or PvPvE missions. And I'm trying to figure out a good way to turn those into videos, but I'm not really sure how to do it yet. I'd like to upload them at some point, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to edit them and make them presentable on YouTube, because watching them from the Mission Maker's angle is kind of weird, since I'm controlling things with the Zeus interface on the game. But that's something I'd like to work out, and besides that, there's a couple of missions from the past couple of years I want to upload as cinematic edits for the channel. I've got a bunch of them that are like half edited or almost done with being edited, but I've just not sat down and finished them off yet. So I'm hoping if I find some downtime, I'll work on these when I've got nothing else I'm working on. This is sort of low priority on the list compared to some of the other stuff I want to do for this year. So besides all these plans I've got, I can't really think of any other games I want to do at this moment in time for this year. I've had a few suggestions though, here and there. People have asked me to look at Cuphead, Sonic Mania, Dead Space, a couple other games, but I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of games I'd like to do, but just picking one is kind of tough. And I guess it just comes down to the mood I'm in. I will be changing how I'm going to be doing Let's Plays and playthroughs this year, I think. Not in a huge way. There'll just be some slight differences. And you'll probably start seeing that more with when I start Stalker again, rather than Fallout, because Fallout's probably just going to continue as it is for now. But it'll only be minor differences. You'll probably notice, or you probably won't notice. I guess we'll soon see. So, I think that's everything I want to mention. This Twitch streams, but I've not been doing those for a couple of months now. My last one was like in November, and that's just because I've just run out of time to really sit down and do them and have the mentality to do streams. But I do plan to finish Metro Last Light on stream, which I did start on stream as a blind playthrough, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to that at some point, but again, that's low priority compared to the other stuff on my channel. So I don't have much else to talk about, guys, for this video, but if you've got any questions for me, you can leave those in the comments. Whether those are about games I've mentioned, some of my plans I've mentioned, some games that might be suggestions that you might think I might like to do this year, or why I don't have a Patreon or a Discord like all other channels do. You can ask me about anything like that, and I'll go ahead and answer them all as I get questions and stuff. But if not, thank you for watching this update video, and hopefully we'll have a good few videos on the way here shortly. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.